Eagles Bucks. The Eagles fifth seed completely gave up against the Giants. It looked like this past week. Bucks squeak out against the Panthers 9-0. Bucks are 2.5 point dogs. Eagles have been compared to that 2020 Steelers team a lot that started 11-0 and then lost games to end the season and then ended up losing in the wild card to Baker Mayfield.
There always has to be one upset, and
And the
I'm thinking it may be the Philadelphia Eagles on the NFC side. I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, the Eagles suck right now." No, the Bucks have two really good wide receivers that can beat up that secondary. They have a decent run game, or not run game. Well, they have a really good run game, a really good running back that gets involved in the passing game as well, and they have a really good run defense. So it's gonna be all up to Jalen Hurts right now with coming off a finger injury.
mm-hmm.
Not looking his best. AJ Brown's a question mark. There's so many question marks going into the game. And
I thought that MetLife turf got him.
the only
I
thing
did
that
for a
can,
second.
oh, so close, bro. Only thing that can hold him back is Todd Bowles messing up, which he hasn't done yet this season, bro. But if he decides to do it against Philly, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. But because he's dude
Well, here's the
always
thing too: is I still don't, even with the division wins, even though I don't think he should 100% be canned. Like I know if they lose, there's a possibility they end up canning him. Same with
yeah.
like how the Cowboys lose Mike McCarthy. I would say with winning the division again, even with it is, you probably don't warrant him being fired per se, even though you could definitely make the case. But it's not like I look at the Eagles and think they have an unbelievable staff compared to the Bucks, because I'm completely down Nick Sirianni right now.
But all right, if they win this game, is it Baker Mayfield? Baker Mayfield got it next year, right? Like he's coming back full fledged starter. There's nothing they can say about
I
it.
think so. I think he might already be that because I
Well, if
think
they're
he's
gonna
done
bring him back,
enough.
you have to bring back Mike Evans. Like, there's no way you're just gonna be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, Baker, and here you go.
Well,
Like,
that's they have a lot of decisions to make this offseason. I mean,
you
there's a
gotta-
lot of teams in the playoffs that once they are done, if they don't win it all, interesting conversation. And it's like the Browns. Like
I want
this
them
whole
to
Joe
win.
Flacco thing was fun, but you have how much money tied into Deshaun Watson, and Joe Flacco's 38 years old,
Yeah.
and since 2018, outside of this nice little stretch he's had, and then an amazing comeback he had with the Jets a year ago against the Browns, he hasn't played good football.
If he wins it, he retires off of it too. Like,
Well, yeah, if he wins it all,
yeah,
Browns fans don't give one. I don't give a fuck. If I was a
yeah,
Browns fan, they won it all. I wouldn't give one flying fuck about the offseason and what they did with Deshaun Watson. It's Joe
sure.
Flacco is the GOAT, and they have a Super Bowl. That's all that should matter.
Nah, facts.
But
Um,
in terms of if they get eliminated, they have a lot of decisions to make that are going to really matter.
true. Not as much as the Eagles though, because if they get
Oh, Eagles got decisions. They should be calling Wink Martindale right now.
well, what's gonna happen with AJ Brown this season ends if all these reports are true? If they're fake,
I don't know. I think he's going to end up staying there because I do think him and Jalen are really close and
yeah,
have a good rapport together. Um, I don't think Sirianni would get canned unless
no way.
the but. All right, we saw just a year ago what happened with the Chargers, and how many people thought Staley should have been fired after that game.
Yeah, but Brandon Staley didn't take him to the damn Super Bowl.
I know, I understand that. I understand that, but this is now a coaching staff that Shane Steichen is not there, and I know they fell short. And shout out to D'Amico, who probably will get Coach of the Year now.
Yeah,
But look how good Steichen did in Indy year one without his rookie. And just a year ago, I was saying the Cardinals were in some of the worst situations in the entire NFL. And now I really like their future going forward. And a lot of it, I have to credit to Jonathan Gannon getting that team playing good and not good enough to get out of Marvin Harrison range. But I like their future, and they drafted really well last year. And now you have these two coordinators that look pretty solid as head coaches. And here's Sirianni in a complete collapse with the Eagles. And let's say they're up. We don't have to call it anything drastic, but even like a 17-point lead, like a 3-possession lead, and they end up losing that game because they can't get the ball going on offense. And the Bucks just pass up and down. Like that's what I'm saying. The Bucks just pass up and down the field on you because your secondary has been terrible. Like if he has a loss like that, I think it could.
Do you think there's a shot the Eagles blow them out?
No,
Not with the way the Eagles have been playing. No,
it's a dog fight.
It's not.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be ugly. I think this will be an ugly game.
Oh yeah, well that's the Bucks are gonna lead off with that. They're gonna be running the ball crazy.
Yeah.
And White's been looking even last game. He barely got even. I don't know how many touches he got.
But at the same time, like again, Steelers and Browns just a few years ago, we were talking about that being an ugly game, and the Browns beat the shit out of the Steelers that year, and Baker had a game. So this is the hardest pick for me, I think, this week. Yeah, I would say this is the hardest pick because I could pick the Lions against the Rams because it just might be the smart thing to do, but I do believe the Rams upset them, and I think the Bucks upset the Eagles. So I'm gonna take the Bucks, and Baker Mayfield gets another playoff win. Which shout out to Baker Mayfield for that. Not the ideal career of a number 1 overall pick, but definitely a memorable one.